Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Kindly hit on the subscribe button, and to all my returning subscribers, I'm saying a very big thank you to you all. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this simple cute top, and it can also be used as a dress. So please give this video a thumbs up. So guys, I already went ahead and fold the material into four because I'll be cutting both the front and the back piece together. And the body's measurement I will be working with is 15 and a half. My body's measurement is 15, which is also known as the half length, is 15 inches. Then I had half inches allowance to it. Then after that, I'll work on the shoulder, which is 15 inches divided by 2, which is 7.5. If your shoulder measurement is 16, you divide it by 2 and add half inches allowance to it. Then after that, I'll go down again by 7.5 to create the armhole. So I go down by 7.5, then I divide my bust measurement by 4. I mark it there like that. So then you add allowance because you are not really going to need a lot of allowance for this top, so you can add like half inches allowance to it. And then I quickly curve that line to create my armhole. So guys, after that, I'll work on the waistline. So you divide your waist measurement by 4, and then you add like half inches allowance to it because remember we don't need lots of allowance for this dress. So then I just connect everything together and then trim out every unnecessary piece that we don't need from the fabric. So now for the neck width, I'll be using 3 inches. You can use 3.5 or 4.5. Depends on how long and how wide you want the neck to be. So mine, the neck depth I'll be working with is 2.1, and then the neck width is 3 inches. So after that, I will mark 1 inch down to create the shoulder slope. Remember that our shoulder is not straight, so we slant the shoulder area just by 1 inch. So now on the front part, because you want the front to be lower than the back, so I go down by 1 inch or 1.1, depends on how lower you want the front part to be. So this is what we have for the front and the back piece. You see the front is a bit lower than the back, so we set that aside and then work on the bottom part. So guys, for the bottom part, I went ahead and cut 30 inches long and then 30 inches wide on fold, because we are cutting both the front and the back piece together. So I went ahead and measured 30 inches wide on fold also, and then I fold it in a triangular shape to get our flared for the bottom part. But if you want your dress to be longer, that means you won't cut 30 inches out. You will be cutting out about maybe 40 inches, 45 inches, depends on how long you want it to be. So the next thing is to place the upper parts that we cut earlier right on top of this new piece that we are cutting, and then we use it to trace out the exact measurements that we need on the waist part. So that's what you see me doing now. Now for the length of the bottom part, there is no specific measurements. Whatever length that you want to use is what you're going to mark out on this area, because if you want it to be longer, then you measure it as long as you want, and if you want it to be shorter, you mark it as shorter as you want. So guys, this is then I'm just going to cut out the bottom part like this. So guys, this is what I have after I was done cutting it out. So now we fold that and then set it aside. Now I take these pieces and then I'll be cutting out the bias that we'll be using to trim the neck area, the neck and the armhole area. So now I measure 1.1 inches and then I trim it out for the neck area. It's the bias for the neck area. You will see how we'll be using it later. You can trim out as many as you want, as long as it's enough for the armhole and the neck area. So now I take one of the upper piece, which is the front piece, Then I take one of the bias that we trimmed earlier and then place it right on top of the piece, like with the right side facing each other, right side of the bias and the right side of the fabric facing each other, and then stitch it round. Take it to your sewing machine and stitch it round. And then you do same thing for the back piece also. You take the bias and then trim it, just take it to the sewing machine and sew it round also, like that. So this is what it looks like after I was done sewing them, using them to turn the neck area. So we repeat same thing on the armhole. I place it on the armhole like this and then do same thing for all the armholes. So now I just need to iron it so it can be firm and neat. Make sure your work is very neat by ironing every stitches that you sew out. So now after that, I will place the front and the back piece together like this and then take it to the sewing machine and stitch the shoulder together like this. So after sewing them together on the sewing machine, make sure you overlock it so it can be very neat. You see what I'm talking about? You see how neat it is? So make sure you overlock it after joining them together. Then you use your iron and iron it out so it can be firm and neat. So now we take one of the bottom piece that we cut earlier. Now we attach it to the bodice, to the half length, with the right side facing each other. Then I will take it to the sewing machine and join them together and then overlock them after joining them together. So this is what I have after I'm just ironing them out so it can be firm and neat. So now I cut out these two pieces here because this piece is what we'll be using for the band of the dress. So you can cut out as big as you want, but it shouldn't be more than 3 inches. So now I'll just fold this side just by the side like this. I'll fold it in one and then twice again. I'll fold it in 2 times. Then I'll take it to the sewing machine and stitch them together. So I'll be showing you guys how we're going to use this band later. So what you see me doing now is just ironing the fold because I'm going to use my iron to fold it in like this. So after folding everything, what I have here is about 3/4 of an inch or like maximum 1 inch. So this is what I have. So I will show you guys how I'm going to attach it to the dress later. So now I fold this belt into 2 to get the center of it. So I'll repeat same thing on the other belt as well, other band as well. So on the dress, I also fold this into 2 and then use my iron to get the center of the middle of the dress as well. So now I'll place that band that we have earlier. Then I'll place the center, the middle of the band, right on top of the middle of the dress like this, and then use my pin to hold them together, to secure it together. So you see guys, I will also do same thing on the other part, which is the back part of the dress. I do same thing. I use my pin to hold the center of it like this. So now I'll take it to the sewing machine and then use my sewing machine to secure both the upper and the bottom part. You won't stitch the side parts because that's where we'll be using to pass through the belt for the dress. So guys, after that, if you don't understand, just keep watching me. After that, I will join both the sides together, the front and the back side together like this. So I use my pin to secure them to make sure the line corresponds to each other, and then use my safety pin to hold the waist part as well. So now I will repeat same thing on the other side of the dress. So guys, this is what I have after I was done joining them together, you see. And I also went ahead and overlocked them like this, and then I also fold the bottom part round. So I join the both sides together and then I fold the bottom part like this. So guys, now we work on the belt of the dress. So it is your waistband that will determine on how wide your belt will be. So now I just fold this one into two with the right side facing each other, and then take it to sewing machine and stitch them from beginning to the end of the belt. And then I use my scissors, or you can use your tweezer or anything, to bring out the right side of the belt out like this. Remember, you stitch them on the wrong side, so you need to bring out the right side. So now after that, I'll just use my iron to iron it out so it can be firm and neat. So guys, the last thing to do now is to insert the belt that we just finished making now into the band that we created earlier on the dress. So all you need to do is just take your safety pin and use that safety pin to pass the belt through the band area that is on the dress. And that's just it about how to make this simple dress. This dress is something you can make and sell. If you are a student, you can make this dress and sell to your friends, to your schoolmates, and also you make for yourself to wear. So guys, if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload new videos. So guys, don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.